Can you see my, can you guys see my presentation?
Yes, Zul, can.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Okay, first of all, thank you to everyone for joining this webinar. We do this on a regular basis to update our customers and also prospect on the latest technology and capability related to data science, analytics, machine learning, and also artificial intelligence. Okay, for those of you who join us for the first time, let me introduce our company. It is called StatWorks Technologies Berhad. We are under StatWorks Group. Our mission is to enable government agencies, education institutions, and businesses to make better decisions based on smart computational analytics, machine learning, and also artificial intelligence. Okay, we are based in PJ, and also we have branch in Singapore and India. Our key markets are in government, oil and gas, financial, engineering and manufacturing, medical, academia, and others. So our solution range, we have a lot of solution ranging from, smart search. We have various analytical tools, GIS, and also machine learning. So these are the list of our major customer according to sectors. Okay, so now we'll go to Voyager search itself. By the way, feel free to ask questions if you have any questions, or you can type it at the chat box. We will go through the questions from time to time. Okay, just to basically share with you guys on the typical big data analytics flow. This is just to basically put every one of us in the same perspective so that we understand where we are going and why we need to use these tools. So basically, in a typical big data analytics, there are a few phases, okay, which start with collection stage, where this is the stage where you need to find all the data before we can start crunching all the data. Okay, so this is, I'm sure you guys can relate to me if I say this is one of the toughest stage, because finding data is not easy, especially nowadays where we live in the time that data is being generated faster than we can compute, So, and some more, this data comes in various data types. Some data are structured, unstructured. They come in various formats, PDF, Words, Excel, some are in databases like Oracle, SQL. And to make matters worse, they are scattered in physical location as well. Some data are in cloud, some data are in shared drive, some are in NAS, for example. So managing data is not easy. So that's why we need a tool that are specialized to help us with, finding data. Then the second stage is the storage stage, or, ETL stage. Meaning after we find the data, the next thing that we need to do is to, massage the data. And then so that it can be used for the process and analytical stage. So this is ETL stage. Then the next is once the data is ready, we can supply this data to the right tools to do analysis, and also next one is visualization. So for my session, I will particularly focus on this collection stage, where we'll be exploring a tool called Voyager Search. And next is my colleague will be presenting on TIBCO Spotfire, which is a great tool for visualization and insights. Okay, so what is Voyager Search? Voyager Search is a tool that is capable of spatial and also keyword search. You know, a normal search engine only capable of keyword search, but Voyager is different in the sense that it can also do spatial search. Okay. Voyager is also equipped with machine learning and also artificial intelligence capability, meaning that Voyager not only will read the metadata, but also the content of the file. Meaning that, say, if it reads a Microsoft Word file, it will read the content and also understand the meaning of the content and put it in perspective. Meaning that this NLP engine can differentiate between noun and also a verb, those kind of things. Meaning that it can differentiate, say, if you say you are looking for a word petroleum as a noun, it will go into the data source and look for the word petroleum. But if you look for a word called, say, British Petroleum, it will automatically know that this is not a noun, but this is a brand. You know, so it will look for the right keywords in the document itself. And second capability is that it has OCR capability, optical character recognition, meaning that it can read, but it can read what we call a scanned document, and also it can, it can recognize letter from an image or a PDF format which you scan. So with this capability, it can support up to 75% kind of accuracy. Next is Voyager Search is also capable of searching structured and also unstructured data. Currently, it is supporting more than 1,700 file formats, various formats, a lot of formats, from GIS file, from Microsoft Office file, from CAD file, and much more. And it can also connect to various data sources, whether it's database, Microsoft database, Oracle database, SharePoint, clouds, web services, and much more. And lastly, the Voyager is completely flexible and customizable in terms of the filtering and the sorting capabilities. Okay, so how does Voyager Search works? Have you ever wondered how Google engine works? How can Google, when you search something from Google, it can return you the result so much faster than probably other search engine. The reason is Google used a mechanism called indexing. What indexing does is that it will actually go through all these, various, what Google does is that it will browse the whole World Wide Web and extract all this data and bring it back to its database, so that the next time you actually search for a keyword, Google doesn't have to search the World Wide Web again, but rather it will just search from its internal database. That's why it is much faster. So this is the concept, and this is the technology that Voyager uses uh, within this technology. And Voyager has a capability to connect uh, to various data sources. So you imagine having a Voyager is like having your own personalized Google, for your organization. Meaning that you can customize instead of you search the whole World Wide Web, but this is you customize to a certain data source that you are interested in. It can be internal and also external. So how does it work? Okay, first you need to connect Voyager to your data sources, meaning it can be your databases or your GIS database, geo databases. You can connect it to document management or SharePoint, or even if you save most of your data in cloud storage, you can even connect it to services like Amazon, Google Drive, etc. And some more, you can also connect it to any particular web services. For example, you are interested in you are connected with a certain website, and you want to look for a certain keyword from that website. You can actually index that website, and whenever you want to look for a data, it's just at your fingertip. Okay, so after you connect the data, connect the data sources, next thing you need to know is to index. Index is actually a process where Voyager will go to your data sources. It will read through your documents one by one. It will read the metadata as well as the content itself. So when Voyager does this, it will not only read, but it will also enrich, if needed, the content of the files. Meaning that if you want to customize certain metadata, you can do that. You can remove, and also you can add certain fields that you're interested in, so that by the time you have this data, and when you save the data, it is as per your customization. Okay, so all this transformation happen in this pipeline stage. So you can see, as you index, you can include more information like the geotagging, or you can classify certain files to be certain way that you want it. You can add label, or you can transform certain data, and so on. Then once this indexing process is done, then you can actually save all this information in an internal database within Voyager. So once this is done, that means your data is ready to be searched. So next time you search, basically you are searching your database for a certain information or document. All right. So one thing that you need to note is that doesn't take your document. It just read and keep the information in its internal database. So if you're worried about security, you don't have to, because Voyager will also maintain all these security access. If, for example, you have a group access to certain document, Voyager will maintain that. So you can actually connect, your existing LDAP or SSO kind of permission with Voyager, so that only certain people can access certain documents. So do you have any question? Okay, if there's no question, I'll just go to the demo session. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the interface of a Voyager. It is a web-based tool, and it is actually accessible via pretty much any browser available at this point of time. So this is the interface. So like I said, it supports two types of searching. One is keyword, and the other one is spatial. So I'm going to show you how keyword search is done. So for example, you are looking for the word beruang. So you can see that Voyager will search through the database, and it found this document. This is a PDF document, where if you look at the title, you don't even see anything with the word of beruang. Oh, actually you can see here. Okay. So okay, this when you click, if you click at the document, you can see that this is the information that Voyager extracted from this document. The file format, the size, when it was created, and also the content. So all this will be saved in the internal database, which will make the search faster. Okay, next I will show you how I'll show you the OCR capability. Inside our database, we have a lot of files. We have PDF file, we have scan file, we have converted to PDF kind of file, we have shape file, plain text, we have words, and etc. So I will try to look for RM20 keywords from Voyager, and let's see what kind of result it will give us. So from the search, you can see, some of it is, it finds report 20, it finds RM, But one thing I want to highlight is actually this one. If you look at this document, this is actually a scanned document with some handwritten information. If you look at this, if I download this, sorry. Okay, if I download this, okay, you can see from this document, it, like I said, it is a scanned document of a receipt with a handwritten information. So, you know, this handwritten information has the keyword of RM20 here. See? So this is one of the OCR capability that Voyager is capable of doing. Meaning that if you have a document or you capture an image using your camera with a handwritten that is, you know, relatively readable, Voyager should be able to look for this kind of document. So this is among the capabilities that, you know, that Voyager has, and this should, you know, should be able to help us in finding information, you know, especially information that we are interested in, even if it is in unstructured format, in PDF format, and also it is a scanned document. So another capabilities I want to show you is the spatial capabilities, spatial search. Okay, so this is spatial search. So I'll draw a box. Okay, so for example, I want to search any document for Kuala Lumpur. Okay, so I just draw a box surrounding Kuala Lumpur, and Voyager will tell me if there is any document related to the area that I'm interested in. So in this case, it returns with some result of a shapefile. So we can see here that there are a few files. If I click, say this one is related to this file, buffer 5 meter word shapefile. And if I go further, so we can see that there are a few files related to this area. So this makes searching for file is relatively easier than, you know, having to go through various directories, or, you know, various location within your department or companies. So do you have, is there any question related to Voyager? No, if there's no question, then I think I'll pass uh, to my colleague to proceed for the next session. Hidayah?
Yes. Okay. So I can start. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Zul, for your explanation on Voyager. So I'm going to continue on data visualization part. So let me share my screen. Okay, sorry. Okay. So I'm gonna share with you about dashboard analytic by typical Spotfire software. So the agenda is I will like briefly talk about what is like where is data visualization sits in big data process, and briefly introduction about dashboard analytics, the relationship between dashboard analytics and GIS, and then about typical Spotfire and the benefits, and demo session like briefly about interface of the typical Spotfire. Okay, so this is the big data process that I think previously Mr. Zul has showed you in this process, about this process. So the Voyager software, like Mr. Zul has shared with all of you, it sits maybe under data collection and data storage. But what I'm going to share with you right now is about data visualization, big data analytics. So it's all about the data visualization tools that sits at the end of the process of big data process. So this is all the elements which the process has: data source, data collection, storage, processing. So each step of the process has its considerably different elements from the past database systems. Among these big data processing, so visualization is a process that analyzes data sets which are expressed with graph or table format. Okay, so next is the relationship between data visualization and GIS. So data visualization is actually, it tells stories, content within the data, and allows the data analyst or data consumer to draw their own conclusion. So it actually dashboard analytics. It allows user to understand the analytics that matter to user business. So it is representation of like graph, chart, and or other visual format, because data can be visually communicated in many ways, ranging from a like simple table of numbers to complex and highly sophisticated charts and interactive graphic. So in a short word, it communicates relationships of the data with images. So with generalized data visualization, it involves with various disciplines such as the information technology, natural science, statistical analysis, like I show you, but GIS sits involved, it is one of the disciplines. So with BDA tools, it boosts with big data analytics tools, which is dashboard analytics, it boosts the capacity of GIS, especially in graphics and visual demonstration. So among the process, visualization and demonstration could provide an effective and efficient way with GIS peoples in terms of the new interpretation and creative visualization. It intends to display special patterns or relationship between or among locations. Okay, so typical Spotfire is the tools that we use to visualize the data, spatial data, and structured and unstructured data. So the typical Spotfire the capability is like it has the data wrangling ability and visualization, which is the dashboard. It can transform a quantitative data into the advanced visualization. And also it has the analytics, artificial intelligence, or machine learning. It gives like filters that allows you to transform raw data and give you insights. And it just like drags and drops data, and then it gives you with the many types of charts. So these are the core function of Spotfire, typical Spotfire. So it allows you to search for visualization, which is when they call it as natural language queries. So when you bring in your data, your spreadsheet data, you have rows and columns. So typical Spotfire are able to smartly typical Spotfire smartly to read your data, and then it will recommend visualizations. So it's easier for you to have charts. Sometimes when you have a data, you don't know what kind of chart you want to use, but typical Spotfire will help you on that. So I will show you later in my demonstration how it works. And then typical Spotfire also, it has a smart visual analytics. It's really interactive dashboard. So it is because it is kind of a business intelligence software. So it's just a point and click data exploration, which you can click this chart, and then it will give details on the another chart. Okay, the intelligent tiling is where you can like transform your data. You can clean, you can combine, you can transform, you can enrich your data there. So when you have like spatial data, for an instant you have like spatial data, and you also have like population data from spreadsheet. Your spatial data is in shape files, so you actually can combine that those two data with like one column. You can like merge the ID. So that's part where typical Spotfire can help you to clean your data and manipulate your data. So another core functions like important in this software is you can build in the predictive analytics in typical Spotfire. So it gives you a built-in modeling, predictive modeling. So such as classification, clustering, and forecasting. So when you have your data, your shapefile data that you already merged with your spreadsheet data. So you want to have a prediction, you just like use the built-in modeling inside the Spotfire. There's no coding needed. So you just like use the thing. And then lastly is the Smart Location Analytics, which is the map chart. It allows you with geocoding and the multi-layers map. And also you can customize your map with like different colors and different style. So Spotfire allows trends and patterns. It's actually makes your data to be more easily seen. So it enables to interpret like increasingly larger batches of data. So it makes you easier to conduct analysis such as like I said just now, the prediction analysis, and it can be like helpful for your decision making. So this is the user interface of typical Spotfire. So at the left hand side of the software, the interface, you can connect with data. So it also provides you with like many types of connectors where you can connect directly to your database, SQL database, and others. And also you can like directly bring in the data from your local, and also your library is like from your server. And when once you bring your data, you can have the analysis data and analysis, and you can just drag and drop your rows and column, and all the visualizations charts is located in here. And the data canvas is where you can wrangling your data. So this part where you can transform your data, you can clean data, adding column or maybe calculated column. So Spotfire provides you with all the advantage. And this is the data aspiration. Once you bring in your data, so you can have all your columns. You can see just in this data aspiration part. So you can have the details of the columns, and you also can customize how you want it to do to be in the visualization. And then this is a smart search which that I mentioned just now about the natural language query. So once you bring your data, it will give you the recommendation of charts. So you don't have to like it just a really useful tools that helps you to create a chart. I will show you in details in the demo sessions. So these all are the visualization charts, visualization types. So there's a bar chart, waterfall chart. So if you have a spatial data, we will use a map chart. So all with one data, it can like connect with all the charts and give you the insights. So this is the benefits if you use the data visualization to help your GIS results. So it provides interactive customized reports and dashboard. It can handle multiple sources of data as well. And pretty easy to get started with new users because really user friendly. And it's able to aggregate spatial data with your spreadsheet data, Excel data, or any images data, which is the unstructured data. And it can improve the understanding of your spatial data, extends your the meaning of your spatial data, and then assist the decision making. Because sometimes GIS visualization has limitations because it is like basically rooted at the spatial context and geographic maps. So it priority tends more to be geographic than to be informational or graphical. So only location matters at GIS visualization, but this big data analytics visualizations, it opens a new horizon in GIS visualization, because it does not just straighten the spatial context, but also it can give new meanings and insight to your GIS maps. Okay, so I move to the demo session. It's just like I will show you one of the dashboard that we have. It's just a sample dashboard. So this one is the dashboard that we have created for like to have for one demo in our for one government sectors, which is the Department of Surveying Mapping of Malaysia. So this is just a sample for them. So we have used landslide data. Actually, this is for disaster management. So this dashboard is basically for to see how risky the landslide level and what's the factors. So what we did in this dashboard is actually we import the demographic data.
Hidayah,
Yes.
we cannot see your demo. The screen.
Oh, you cannot see my screen. You can see now?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, sorry, thank you. Okay, and then so sorry because I think okay, so this is actually the dashboard, the sample dashboard that I mentioned just now. We prepared this for one of the government sector, which is the Department of Surveying Mapping of Malaysia. So basically, we combine the structured data, the demographic data from Excel. So this population data that we got is actually from the open source of government portal. So it's from Department of Statistics. So when we have this demographic data, we also have this shapefiles data, which is covered like one small area in Kuala Lumpur, which is Ampang. So we want to see how the landslide results in this area, but we also want to see what's the population in there, what's the other demographic information like household incomes. So we can actually just merge these two spatial data and also the spreadsheet data just like that, and then you can just click and then you can see the changes of the population between this area, sorry. And then it also we also like show how the landslide is, maybe the slope, how's the level. So actually what I'm showing you here is we combining this unstructured data with the structured data, which is the images we have. This is the sample images that we get. So we can combine this with your data, so it gives you like more clearly on what area, what happened on that area, and then the risk level in there. Okay, next is okay, sorry. So next is the next chart is, so just now I showed you the map chart and then the KPI chart. So this type of chart is the heat map chart. So we also combine the unstructured data in here, such as we want to see what types of the factors here, the soil with sand and soil, the movement. So it's actually one to show you can like view your report within the dashboard. So if you have like any report, so you can put in your dashboard. Okay, I think it's probably my screen, sorry. Okay, next is the prediction part, which is we can put the probability of the prediction there. So you can see which area have a movement and all that. So this is more to statistic part. So it uses modeling but this is all the built-in modeling. You can just have it in the Spotfire, typical Spotfire. It provides you with the built-in modeling. So these are the example of prediction modeling that you can have. So it's really user-friendly and very intuitive. So next dashboard example I want to show you is another one dashboard that we also prepared for one demo for MMC Gamuda. So this dashboard also have a map chart, the spatial data that we put on the map chart, and then you can just interact just by click on the data, and then you can see. And then you also can have like the Gantt chart in this dashboard. So this one the thing that I mentioned about the drag and drop. So you just drag and drop, and then you can see changes like that. Okay, so this is the interface that I mentioned in the slides before. So you can start either from visualization. Once you have your data, you also can start by just searching your keywords, such as you want to search about the data.
Sorry, I think you're not sharing the MMC Gamuda screen. We are still at the landslide screen.
Oh, okay, sorry, madam. So this is the dashboard that I mentioned just now. The dashboard that we prepared for MMC. So this one also you can have your spatial data on the map chart, and then you just by click your data, and you can drill down on the chart to see what's the detail. This is kind of like Gantt chart. So you can what you can see here, which one is which area is completed, is delayed. So this is the progress of like LRT development. And then next is the KPI chart. So you can drill down to the map, and then you can just drag and drop the data and see the changes on your line chart. Okay, on that. This one also we combine with unstructured data, which is the image. So you can like just click on your map, and then it gives you with the progress of Gantt chart. Yeah, it's simple, just like that. Okay, so I wanted to show you how. Okay, so this is the interface. If you have like, you just bring in your data from here actually. You can bring data from your machines, your local file, your library. So this is the connectors that Spotfire provides. There's a lot of connectors. You can directly connect with your database. And then when you have your data in here, so this is where you can just drag and drop your data. You can start from maybe visualizations and from data. So if you already have in your mind what kind of chart you want, such as you want just to create a bar chart, so you just click start from visualization, and it will automatically like just randomly pick any of your data to create. So this is the capabilities that artificial intelligence, because there's another one capability which is you can explore by searching. You just like type anything, any data. Sorry, complete. I want to see the project status for completed, so it will give you that and any recommendation. It give you all the recommendation for the columns. Yeah, so it's like that. So this part is where the data wrangling works. In here, you can transform your data. There's many types of transformation you can do. Also, pivot your data, maybe edit a calculated column and something like that. So it just you just need to know in detail, to know well your data, what kind of charts you want, and you can just like click and drag and drop in Spotfire. Okay. Okay. Is there any questions? I think that's all about the typical Spotfire and the relation and how GIS data is visualized in Spotfire. So I assume there's no question right now, but if you do have any question, you can just reach us to you can just reach us through our email. You can email us. sales@statworks.com.
Sorry, Miss Hidayah.
Yes.
This software is free software or we have to buy?
Okay, so you have to buy the software actually, but if you wanted to have a try, you also can download a trial in TIPCO portal.
Okay.
But if you wanted to have a detailed information about the price and all that, you can email sales@statworks.com.
Okay.
But if you do have like technical question about this dashboard or maybe spatial data, GIS data, you can email to tech support.
Okay, thank you. One more thing. There are any tutorial to use this software?
Tutorial to this software. Yeah. We can share you. We can email you. You can you drop just your email in this chat box so we can share to you after this.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe just a link from TIPCO just to getting started of this Spotfire, right?
Okay. Thank you.
So I think there's no question, but if you have question, please reach us. And this webinar will be recorded and shared in our website. So you can go to our website. Okay, thank you for your participation.